On the news tonight, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, raised concerns over attempts to clone permanent voters' card, the PVCs. In business, Association of Retired Federal Senior Public Officers of Nigeria, AFSPON, urges the federal government to pay outstanding pension arrears. And on the foreign scene, Andres Obrador wins Mexico's presidential election. Hello and welcome to Superscreen Flagship News, broadcasting to you from the city of Lagos State, Nigeria. I am Olamide Onwuka. Many thanks for joining us. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has raised an alarm over attempts by unscrupulous elements to clone the permanent voters' card, PVCs. INEC disclosed this in a statement by Director, Voter Education and Publicity, Oluwole Osazeuzi. The Commission, however, said there is no need for worry, as it is nearly impossible for PVCs to be cloned, adding that it is already PVCs and the smart card readers and will continue to protect them from unauthorized and malicious access from the public. The Plateau Initiative for Development and Advancement of the Natives, PDAN, has called on President Muhammadu Buhari to reshuffle the security of the country over the killings of persons by suspected Fulani militias. Chairman of PDAN, Aboy Madaki, who disclosed this to journalists in Jos, said the group is set to drag the federal government to the International Criminal Court of Justice if nothing is done to address the incessant killings witnessed in the country. The Federal High Court in Abuja has granted bail to the immediate past National Security Advisor, Sambo Dasuki, from the custody of the Department of State Services, DSS, where he has been detained for 2.5 years. Delivering the judgment in the suit filed by the former NSA in March this year, Justice Ijoma Ojukwu ruled that his detention since December 29, 2015 amounted to a violation of his rights to liberty. The judge, who rejected the former NSA's prayer for 5 billion naira damages, granted him bail in the sum of 200 million naira, with two shorties who must either be a civil servant of grade level 16 at the minimum in the Federal Civil Service or with private citizens who have landed properties in the municipal areas of Abuja.
We have to give glory to God that the judiciary has vindicated the stand and the liberty of the applicant, because the whole essence of this ruling today is that the detention of Colonel Sambo Dasuki since 2015 is illegal, and the court has ordered that he be released on bail. And I'm pleading with the government to comply with the order of the court. After all, it is the same court they have referred the matters to. It is the same court that will try all the cases, be it arms, money laundering, or what have you. And it is only the court, as of today, that can jail or free. So if the very court you have applied to for punishment or for trial, you are not obeying the orders, then that may pose a moral problem in future, because you can't ridicule my order and come to me for an indulgence. I hope it will not come to that.
Political aspirant Ahmed Buhari has officially declared his intention to contest for the 2019 presidential election under the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Buhari, who made this known at the declaration ceremony in Abuja, advocated a template shift in the political and leadership pattern in the country. He said the Nigerian electorate must see the 2019 general elections as affording them an opportunity to vote out all self-seeking politicians that have ruled on the ignorance of Nigerians in the past. Buhari also advised members of the party not to lose sight and be mindful of the fact that the party needs a candidate like him.
So many people have asked us, why Ahmed Buhari? I will try to let them understand that this is not an ambition. It is a vision. It is a vision we are prepared to take to the very end, and it's because of this vision that we have not failed. Tell anybody With all the stolen resources they have, running a campaign for 2 years is a whole lot of job. But why has it been so simple for us? It's because we've done it collectively. We've allowed Nigerians to understand that we are the same, and that we will not allow those things that have always divided us: ethnicity, religion, social status, political party, ideological affiliations, gender, even age brackets divide us. We have come to understand that for us to succeed as a people, we'll have to be united. Because only united people can become a progressive people.
The newly appointed Deputy Governor of Bauchi State, Audu Sule Katagoma, has been sworn in. This followed his recent screening and confirmation by the Bauchi State House of Assembly last Friday. In his acceptance speech shortly after taking the oath of office, Katagoma promised to support the administration in ensuring the delivery of dividends of democracy to the people of the state in the remaining period of his tenure. Now, a chieftain of the All Progressives Congress, APC, in Kaduna State, Lawal Adamu Usman, has dumped the party. He disclosed his resignation in a letter addressed to the APC chairman of Unguruwa Dosa Ward in Kaduna North local government area and copied to the governor of the state, Nasser El-Rufai, the national chairman of the party, Adams Oshomole, the leader of the party, Bola Tinubu, and President Muhammadu Buhari. Usman said he left the party because of alleged indiscriminate persecution of party members with the aim of restricting their aspirations in the coming elections. And our French President Emmanuel Macron will visit the new African shrine on Tuesday. The Permanent Secretary of the Lagos State Ministry of Transportation, Taiwo Salam, who disclosed this in a statement, appealed to Lagos residents for their cooperation, urging motorists to make use of alternative routes provided. Salam also said there will be traffic diversions and restricted movement from 12 noon to 12 midnight on Tuesday around the Alausa African Shrine Agidingbi Axis in Lagos State. And now the Lagos State government has announced a restriction of the movement of fuel tankers to the designated trailer route in the state. The State's Commissioner for Transportation, Ladi Lawansin, made this known in Alausa after meeting with the relevant stakeholders, including the Nigeria Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers, NUPENG, the National Association of Maritime Truck Owners, amongst others. The state government said it is now mandatory for all articulated trucks coming into Lagos to obtain the Ministry of Transportation's roadworthiness certificate at any of the designated centers within the next 30 days. You will recall that the tanker exploded on the Tedola Bridge, Ojodu-Berja, along Lagos-Ibadan Expressway on Thursday, June 28, claiming many lives and properties. Now, police officers in Borno State have taken to the streets of Maiduguri, the state capital, in protest. The officers, who are protesting over 6 months of unpaid allowances, barricaded major roads around the police headquarters. We will bring you details of this story as the story unfolds. And now, coming up on Superscreen Flagship News, the Association of Retired Federal Senior Public Officers of Nigeria, AFSPON, urges the federal government to pay outstanding pension arrears. That's on the business scene. Details of this story and more after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back, and now for some business stories. The Association of Retired Federal Senior Public Officers of Nigeria, AFSPON, and called on the federal government to pay the pension arrears of its members and address other pending issues. The chairman, AFSPON, Olufemi Adewabi, who disclosed this to journalists in Lagos State, called on President Muhammadu Buhari to help the pensioners out of their unpleasant situation. Odewabi recalled that there is a presidential order on the increase in salary in 2010, but while the increase was effective for 7 government workers, the law mandating the implementation of pension had not been fully implemented. He also said, under the immediate past administration, a committee was set up to review the presidential order, after which it came up with an unacceptable report and reduced the payable increased pensions to 33% from 53.4%. And now the commissioners of finance from the 36 states of the Federation have insisted that the states will not accept anything short of the NNPC fully remedying the 20 billion naira outstanding to the Federation account. Chairman of the Finance Commissioners Forum, Mahmoud Yunusa, who disclosed this to journalists, alleged that the National Oil Company remitted 127 billion as May earnings instead of 147 billion, leaving a shortfall of 20 billion. Yunusa also said the states got more revenue from NNPC when the crude oil was $50 per barrel, adding that they now receive far less when the commodity is almost $80 per barrel.
We don't intend to join issues with NNPC, right? But this is a public company, and as you are all aware, this is a company that is meant to make profit. It's not a cost center, but a profit center. And as stakeholders or shareholders entrusted with public capital and public investment, NNPC belongs to Nigerians. And as such, the trust of such company is bestowed on us. So therefore, in the spirit of due process and ensuring that everything is done well in line with law and acts establishing these companies are followed to the letter. So we and NNPC, I don't think we are having a very, very serious disagreement. Our disagreement usually is for reconciliation purposes. And you don't expect NNPC to just submit its report and then we just take it and adopt it. We have to go through it and they have to. Our last neck, basically about 80% of the discussion at the just concluded neck, it is about NNPC. We briefed the governors very well what we feel are the areas to look out for. And we convinced them. They took up this matter to NEC, which is the highest decision-making body in terms of economy in the country, okay, chaired by His Excellency, the Vice President. And the Vice President also has interest in trying to see that all these issues are addressed once and for all.
Now, the Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria, AMCOM, says there will be no more room for negotiation with debtors. It is now set for a new stage of complete asset takeover. The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, AMCON, Ahmed Kuru, who disclosed this to journalists in Abuja, said the 5.4 trillion debts had lingered for too long. Kuru said AMCON has gotten tired of debtors coming to its office and telling lies about wanting to embark on a staggered payment, which they end up never fulfilling. He also said most part of the 5.4 trillion naira debt has been with the banks for 5 years before AMCON bought them over, adding that after 7 years of its operation, the debtors are yet to pay. Still ahead tonight, Andres Obrador wins Mexico's presidential election. Details of this story and more after the break. Stay with us.
Before they come, they're supposed to, give us some information, notice, at least maybe a week or so. There was nothing like that.
Hunger is everywhere in Nigeria. People are dying every day, but Nigeria government are keeping quiet. Housemen are killing people. Why?
It's not what we expected because of these old men that are leading us, and you people know, you are aware that these people are not the right people to lead us. These kind of people that are leading us here are people of black mind. They just care about themselves and their family.
You are affecting my village. Let me use if I call it useless, I'm not a mistake. The other place where they build a shop, call it plaza. Each shop there 4 million naira. So I don't have the money, so I have to leave.
If you plan to get a tribal mark, it takes a lot of pain, but after some time, you enjoy it. No, we experience hold up now during the construction time. Then after some time, we start enjoying it.
The way they are doing the construction is too slow. It's too slow. The construction is too slow. They should stop the construction and make sure people go into their businesses and do their businesses.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Superscreen Flagship News, reaching you live from Lagos State, Nigeria. And now for some foreign stories. Report says Mexico's Andres Obrador has won the presidential election, setting the stage for the most left-wing government in the country in decades. According to reports, an official quick count from a national sampling of ballots showed Lopez having about 53% of the vote and putting him well ahead of his main rivals. Obrador, who won after losses in the previous two elections, called for reconciliation after a polarizing campaign.